Okay, so we did make a chart, and what happened was the chart initially didn't look like this because the smallest value on the y-axis was 0. So what happened was the chart was just using a small part of the plot area. Okay, and so we changed the limits here so basically that we make better use of the space on here. And in general, that's what you try to do with charts if you're trying to see some kind of trend. And that's a nice thing about making a chart. If I look at just numbers like this, the good thing about showing numbers is that it's precise. So if I want to reduce the loan by 6 years, so it becomes a 24-year loan, then I can see I have to pay $246.96 extra per month. Okay, so it's very precise, right? You can see exactly the numbers that you have here. But the general trend that you see is that if I want to reduce the length of the loan, the more I want to reduce it, the more I have to pay per month. But then the more that the total loan payment gets reduced. And you can see that in general, but the actual shape of the curve is something like this. It's not a straight line, but it flattens out like this. And what that's showing is that the more of an extra monthly payment you want to put in, you're going to get a further reduction in the total loan payment. But okay, each time you spend more, you get less and less benefit. Okay, so if it were a straight line, the more you spend, the more benefit you get, and it doesn't change the amount of benefit. So if I spend twice as much, I get twice as much savings. Here, if I spent, say, $100 extra a month, okay, then I get some savings, right, over the base loan. But if I spend $200 extra a month, then if I look at the savings that I get, it's not going to be, if this is 100, this is the amount of savings that I get. Okay. If I spend $200 extra a month, the amount of savings I get is not quite twice as much as this. And if I spent, say, $400 extra a month, the amount that I save over the base loan is definitely way less than the amount I save after just spending $100. So you get less and less benefit, less and less additional benefit. I shouldn't say less and less benefit. You get more benefit the more you pay, but you get less and less additional benefit the more that you decide to put into your loan payment. Okay, so it's not a straight line, which is easy to see if you make a chart, but hard to see if you just look at the numbers. Okay, so that's why making a chart is useful for looking at trends. And our what if analysis tells us that, yes, we can continue to reduce the total loan payment by increasing our extra monthly payment, but okay, each time we spend more, we get less and less additional benefit. Okay, and that's a very, very important economics principle to understand. There's many things like this, and that's actually referred to as the law of diminishing returns. So let me just type something into the chat. Okay, and let me just type something which is one way to look at law of diminishing returns. Okay, so that's just one way to express it, right? each time you pay an additional amount more, you get less and less additional benefit. Basically, that's the idea.